Hello, everyone. The book we're going to be talking about today combines some good old-fashioned creature horror along with some Lovecraftian horror. And he does it in such a way that it's just an amazing, epic book that you're going to want to put on your list. You're going to want to buy this one, trust me. And we're going to get into all that. But first, I want to tell you that my book of short horror stories, called The Things That Happen at Night, is available at the link in the description for only $3. If you buy it, I hope you enjoy it. Also down below, there's a link if you want to sign up for my newsletter twice a month. I'll send you all the horror book news I can find, any giveaways I can find, maybe even an exclusive video now and then, just to let you know I appreciate you signing up. So feel free to do that. And if you prefer my written reviews, there's a link to my blog down there. All the books I review from here from now on, a day after I upload the video, will be on that blog. So be sure to check out all those links. I appreciate it. Now let's get on with the video. All right. The book we're going to be talking about today is called The Hollows by Daniel Church. I want to let you know that this book will be coming out on November the 8th. So not that far away. But there is, as always, a pre-order link in the description below, so you can go and pay for your copy now. And on November 8th, when you see it pop into your mailbox there or on your Kindle, whatever you have, you're going to be very excited to read it. At least you should be. Because this is one of those books that is so epic and combines so many elements and does them all so well that it boggles the mind sometimes. It really does. I was just blown away by this book. I didn't know what to expect. I've never read anything by Daniel Church before. But man, this thing was breathtaking. It was action-packed. It had characters that were not one-dimensional, you know. And, of course, the creatures and the elder gods that these creatures bring were some of the most terrifying I've read in that genre in a long time. Basically, this book is kind of a combination of a straight-up creature horror, some folk horror, and also some Lovecraftian horror. And the author does all this, combines them all seamlessly, and makes it one big epic novel. And I really like that. And I hate to make comparisons between authors I've never read to authors I have, but this is really a Stephen King-esque kind of book in its scope and its magnitude, and especially the way Daniel here delivers his characters to us. Because like I said, these are not one-dimensional characters. These are characters where even our main protagonist, the deputy in town, a 40-ish-year-old woman named Ellie, she is, of course, the hero, the one that holds all the glue together when the stuff hits the fan there. But then again, she has some very dark, disturbing thoughts throughout the process, leaving us wondering, leaving the reader in tension as to whether our protagonist is going to do a 180 there and all of a sudden turn into the monster. You never know, because of when we hear her thought processes and everything, they're not always what we think a hero should be thinking. And this does concern creatures, very horrifying creatures, by the way. These creatures are not to be trifled with. They're very frightening. And as he's describing them, you get an image of them in your head. You won't be able to get it out. And when they go to attack people and things, you can sense that terror that these characters feel because you're feeling it right along. But he's also included this great kind of a redneck family who lives in the community, but they're never part of the community. They're almost cult-like in their devotion to each other. Anybody outside of their family, it means nothing to them. They have no compassion for anybody else. They have no feelings for anything else. They don't want any of your help, and they will definitely not help you no matter how bad the situation gets. Matter of fact, they'd rather shoot you in the face than even have to deal with you knocking on their door. One of those kind of families, very close, perhaps a little inbred, and very much dedicated to this notion that they are the only good ones, that everybody else outside of their family are bad and evil and are out to get them. Some paranoid delusions going on there, very dangerous. However, at the beginning of the book, one of their tribe, one of their family members is the first body that our detective there, Ellie, finds. And there's a strange symbol, a strange marking near the body. And of course, she has to go and talk to this family and tell them what happened. And that situation quickly escalates. I don't want to give too much away, but it's very tense. And you're not even sure if she's going to make it out on that first encounter. That's how horrible this family is, because they're blaming her. They're blaming the rest of the town, thinking the town conspired against them to kill this member of their family just because they hate them so much. Very conspiracy-minded and things like that. And so things escalate. But come to find out that that's not the case. And there are these creatures that have been let loose from underground that hasn't been seen for the last 40 years or so. And they are very horrifying. They are very disgusting. And they're also very organized. And they have a certain way that they get inside houses, that they get to people to kill them and eat them, destroy them, tear them apart. And I might add that this is all set in a very small town, a very small village during the peak of one of those epic snowstorms, like a once-in-a-lifetime kind of snowstorm. So they are all blocked in. They're not getting help from the outside. They're not getting help from the next town. They can't call out to anybody. Their cell phones aren't going to work. Their radios aren't going to have any transmission. Not going to get past that storm. And that makes it even more terrifying, because this book takes place over the course of 3 nights. And it's up to the people in the town. A lot of great characters in this book, too. A lot of fantastic characters make up the townspeople. Like I said, they're all different. They're all multifaceted. Sometimes you don't know who the good people are from the bad people, because sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad, like all human beings. And that's what makes this book feel realistic, I guess you can say. But they have to figure out why this is going on. And the thing is, this family that the rest of the town really doesn't care for, and of course the family does not care for any of them, they might hold the secrets to what's going on. They might have the knowledge that could save the entire town. But if you think they're going to share it with them, well, as I said before, you better think again, because they don't care about anybody else in that town except for themselves. So that makes for, once this is revealed and once certain things start, the pieces start coming together, and Ellie and some of her closest friends start to realize what's going on and putting one and one together and coming up with 2. They realize they might have to make a deal with the devil if they want to survive. But of course, when you make a deal with the devil, you got to be ready to suffer the consequences, and suffer some of them will. This is a fantastic, like I said, epic book about old gods living underground, about creatures coming up from the ground, horrifying creatures that just will ravage the entire town, set in this epic, once-in-a-lifetime snowstorm. And again, just like in another book I recently reviewed, the fact that even though they're all outside, but with these creatures all around them, hidden in the dark places, waiting for somebody to make a mistake, and the fact that they can't get out and nobody else can get into this town because of the storm. The whole thing has this feeling of being claustrophobic and very shut in, very boxed in, and very frightening for them because of the situation they find themselves in. It's not a good situation, obviously, and they all handle it different. Tempers start flaring, people start coming apart emotionally and mentally, and that's all part of the danger, not just from the creatures, not just from this ritual that is being performed by them, but also because of the conflict between human beings themselves, which we all know humans are the most dangerous animal. And this book brings that to light beautifully. It's a great book. I was thoroughly frightened. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's going to be talked about, I think, for a long, long time to come. And it was one of my favorite books I've read this year. It really was. It was just fantastic. I highly, highly recommend it. The Hollows by Daniel Church. Like I said, there is a link down below for Amazon if you want to pre-order it, coming out on November 8th. And you should. Also down below, check out all my stuff. I got Twitter, my Instagram. If you want to sign up for my newsletter, buy my book, all those links are down there. I really appreciate it. And as always, I want to say thank you for taking some of your time spending it here with me. I really do appreciate you guys watching. Thank you. And until we meet again, keep reading spooky, my friends.